Respiration in plants. Already we have learned that every living organism on this earth needs energy. For that all the living organisms perform respiration process. So plants are also living organisms and they also need energy so that they will perform a process called respiration. Okay, most of us have a misconception that plants take carbon dioxide and releases oxygen, but it is half true statement. Yes, plants take carbon dioxide and releases oxygen only during photosynthesis. But during respiration, that means 24 hours, they will take oxygen and releases carbon dioxide for oxidation of food materials. Okay, they will take oxygen and releases carbon dioxide like all of us, like all other animals. So now, how respiration takes place in case of plants? Are there any special organs for them, like lungs, gills, or skin? No. Plants have some special type of respiratory organs in their body. They are stomata, lenticels, and root hairs. Now we are going to learn about them. First one is the stomata. Already we have some idea about stomata from our lower classes. Stomata is a pore-like structure which is present on leaves and young stems of plants. These stomata are having a small pore called as a stoma, which is guarded by two kidney-shaped cells called as guard cells. So these two guard cells helps in opening and closing of stomata, which facilitates a respiration process. Next, lenticels. These are also some pore-like structures which are present on woody stems. Woody stems, in case of young stems, stomata are present for respiration, whereas in case of woody stems, these pores are present called as lenticels. They will help in respiration. In case of roots, respiratory organs are root hairs. So some hair-like structures are present on roots called as root hairs. They are useful for respiration in case of roots. So stomata are respiratory organs for leaves and young stems. Lenticels are respiratory organs for woody stems, and root hairs are the respiratory organs in roots. Let us see how respiration takes place through stomata and lenticels. Actually, the cells present beneath the stomata and lenticels are loosely arranged cells. The cells are very loosely arranged cells, so many air spaces are present between them. So when air enters through stomata or lenticels, these air passes through these loosely arranged cells. Okay, and these cells are surrounded by thin water film. So the air which entered into stomata already has oxygen. No? This oxygen will dissolve in these water film and enters into cells. Already stored food materials are present in cells. No? So respiration takes place. That means oxidation of food materials takes place and energy is released. Carbon dioxide is produced as a waste product here. The carbon dioxide which is produced in cells will come out of the cells, enters into water film, and then passes through the loosely arranged cells and goes out through these stomata or lenticel pores. So did you understand? So the air containing oxygen enters into these pores. Loosely arranged cells have water film around them. So the oxygen will dissolve in that water film and enters into cells for oxidation of glucose. So same happens with carbon dioxide also. Carbon dioxide comes out and goes out of the plant body through those stomata or lenticels. So here also diffusion process takes place. Oxygen which is high concentration in atmosphere will comes into the plant body, and carbon dioxide which is in high concentration will go out of the plant body by diffusion process. Plants with roots in soil will take respiration through root hairs. Okay, but what about the plants whose roots are waterlogged in nature? That means whose roots are completely submerged in water. How can they take respiration? For example, mangrove plants. These are mangrove plants, and we can see aerial roots there. 12 centimeters above from the ground, these roots are emerged from their main roots. So mangroves will grow in waterlogged conditions. So in order to take respiration, their roots produces some small roots which grow above the ground, called as pneumatophores or knees or aerial roots. So through these aerial roots, they will take atmospheric oxygen into them. So in mangrove plants, respiration takes place with aerial roots. But there are some other plants which are growing in waterlogged conditions. Their roots also take respiration with the help of their stems. We can see the plants which are growing in waterlogged conditions have hollow stems. That means their stem is hollow in nature, which is in contact with their roots. So the oxygen which is taken by their stems will pass through that hollow stem into roots. So oxygen is supplied to roots also with the help of their stems. That is how respiration takes place in some other cases of waterlogged plants. That is about respiration in case of plants. Okay, in case of leaves they have stomata. In case of woody stems they have lenticels. For roots they have root hairs, and in some waterlogged conditions plants they have aerial roots or stems are hollow in nature.